Hello everyone, I hope you all are doing well. So, today onwards, I will cover complete NCERT, especially those important terms which are frequently asked in UPSC examination or somewhere else. Okay, it may be some other exams like PCS and some other exams, because sometimes in the box given in the NCERT books, which are extremely important for many exam point of view. So I'll try to cover all those terms which are extremely important for everyone. Okay, so let us start, and I will start from NCERT geography. Okay, so that you will grasp everything in a easy way Okay, so my dear friends, let's start geography and CRT. So first thing is patent. What do you mean by patent? Okay, so what do you mean by patent? Patent means exclusive right over any idea or invention. Exclusive right over any idea or opinion. So this is what we can say patent means. Someone would like to ask, do you have patent on this content? On this content means, if you have right, or if you really invent that content by yourself, then you have patent on that content. Okay, similarly patent means exclusive right, okay, over any idea or opinion, so that is called patent. Okay, so this is important. Next is, what do you mean by technology? So technology means application. Technology means application over any knowledge, or you can say latest knowledge or a skill, for making something or making any invention, making some materials. Okay, so that is called technology. Okay, so next is a stock of resources. What do you mean by a stock of resources? A stock of resources. So a stock of resources means um, that is the amount of resources available for use. Means, suppose a stock of resource means suppose something are available for you for your utilization, then in that situation you can say that is the stock of resources. Suppose you have some rice in your home, okay, for the betterment of your life in future life, you can say. Okay, so that is the stock of resources means those resources which can be useful in future. Okay, so that is the stock of resources. Okay, so next thing is human resources. Human resources. So my dear friends, you know, human resources are extremely important resources. Why? Because due to your health, due to your mindset, due to your skill, due to anything which can be created by human being, human itself is a resources which is extremely important resource. Okay, so by the help of human being, anything can be created, anything can be uh, created. So that is how we can say human is a resources, and that's why we can say human resources. Okay, so this is extremely important resources, and uh, it refers quantity as well as ability. Means quantity means number of persons, or quality means ability. So every human being, or you can say every human, or you can say every man or woman, and has its ability to do something. Okay, suppose someone someone is engineer, someone is doctor, someone is scientist. So by the help of these contributions, okay, they have some contribution in the society. Okay, due to these everything can be possible in this universe. Okay, so these human resources are extremely important resources. Okay, and mental and physical of the people. Okay, so mental and physical status, mental and physical status shows how human resources are important. Okay, so my dear friend, due to human resources, material physical materials can be valuable resources. Means human resources make convert physical material physical material into valuable resources valuable resources. Okay, so these particular resources are extremely important. Okay, so next is sustainable development. What do you mean by sustainable development? Sustainable development. Sustainable development. So my dear friends, sustainable development means for the betterment of future, or you can say in the betterment in future, if there is the resources, okay, which can be used in future. Okay, means which can be sustained in future development, so that is called sustainable development. Means those things, okay, which can be used for sustaining the development in future time. Okay, so that is called sustainable development. Okay, carefully utilizing the resources so that besides meeting the requirement of the present, also take care of future generation. Means you can take care your future generation future generation. So this particular sustainable development is extremely important for future. Means by having, or you can say by keeping in mind, uh, you have to sustain in future also. Suppose you have two child, okay, and you have limited amount of money. Okay, and in future you want to teach your students or your child. Okay, so uh, expend some money by keeping in future also. So by keeping something in future generation, that is called sustainable development. Okay, now next is principle of sustainable development. So what is the principle of sustainable development? Principle of sustainable development. So there are some principle of sustainable development. Okay, so that are respect and care for all forms of life. Respect and care for all forms of life. Next is improve the quality of human life. Okay, next is conserve the earth's vitality and diversity. Next is minimize the depletion of natural resources. Next is change personal attitudes and practice. Next towards the environment. Next is enable community to care for their own environment. Okay, so these are the some principle of sustainable development. Okay, means respect and first. Okay, respect and care for all forms of life, improve the quality of human life, conserve the earth's vitality and diversity, minimize the depletions of natural resources, change personal attitudes and practices towards the environment, enable community to care for their own environment. So these are the some principle of sustainable development. Okay, so these are the terms and key terms of first chapters of NCRT. Okay, of geography. Next is I would like to move further chapter. Okay, so you know, my dear friends, 90% okay of the world's population occupies only 30% of the land area, means 90% okay population, 90% people, and only survive in 30% area. 30% area means 70% area are without population, means there are no peoples. So this is the things which you have to keep in your mind. Okay, so this is the things. Okay, the remaining 70% of the land is either sparsely populated or uninhabited means there are no peoples, or sparsely populated. Sparsely populated means peoples are surviving here and there, means far to each other. Okay, suppose someone is here staying, okay, and some other people okay staying very far away from those persons, means there is a large gap between one house to another house, means one family to another family, means sparsely populated. Okay, so this is the thing which you have to keep in your mind. Okay, so next is weathering. What do you mean by weathering? Weathering. What do you mean by weathering? So what weathering means? Breaking up and decay of exposed rocks. Okay, by temperature change, frost action, plants, animals, and human activity. So weathering means the breaking up and decay of exposed rock by temperature change, frost action, plants, animals, and human activity. So weathering means breaking up and decay of exposed rocks by temperature change, frost, and action plants. Okay, so this is the weathering. Okay, next is factors. Okay, factors of soil formation. So what are the factors for soil formations? Okay, so there are many factors for the formation of soil. So first factors are parent rock, second is relief, and third one is flora, fauna, and microorganisms. Third one is climate, and fifth one is time. Okay, so these are the factors which is extremely important for the formation of soil. Okay, so soil formation. Which formation? Soil formation factors. Soil formation factors. So what are the factors for the responsible of soil formation? So soil formation, for the responsible for soil formation, there are many factors. One factor is parent rock. One factor is parent rocks. Okay, so in parent rocks determine colors. Okay, colors find कर सकते हो. Okay, texture find कर सकते हो. Second thing, chemical property find कर सकते हो. Chemical property. Third things are okay, chemical property mineral content find कर सकते हो. Content and permeability. Permeability. Okay, so these are the things which is under parent rocks. Okay, C means you can determine color, texture, chemical property, content, okay, and permeability. So these are the property under parent rocks. Okay, next is relief. So under relief so altitude and slope. Altitude and slope. Altitude and slope determine accumulation of soil. क्या करेगा? accumulation of soil. ये altitude and slope जो है determine करेगा क्या? altitude of accumulation of soil. Accumulation of soil. Okay, so this is under relief means. And next is flora, fauna and microorganisms. So flora, fauna and microorganisms, okay, affect the rate of humus formation. Okay, so flora, fauna and microorganisms affect the rate of humus formation. क्या करेगा? Next is flora, fauna, okay, and microorganisms. So flora, fauna and microorganisms affect the rate of humus formation. Okay, microorganisms. Next is climate. So what climate does? So climate does temperature, rainfall influence, rate of weathering and humus formation. So climate, temperature, rainfall influence rate of weathering and humus formation. Next one is time. So what does time mean? Time, what is the factor? So time. So what does time determine? So time determines thickness of soil profile. Time determines thickness of soil profile. Okay, thickness of soil profile. So my dear friends, these are the factors responsible for soil formation. Okay, responsible for soil formation, which you have to keep in your mind. Okay. So my dear friends, you know, for 1 centimeter soil profile means the thickness of soil profile 1 centimeter. Okay, it takes around 100 years to just make 1 centimeter soil profile. Thickness of soil profile should be 1 centimeter in hundreds of years. So this is the slow and long process. This is slow and long processes for the formation of soil. Okay, so these are the factors which you have to keep in your mind. Is it clear? Okay. So next is in India there are many soils, could be alluvial, black, red, laterite, desertic and mountain soil. Okay, and they are different from each other they are different from each other. Okay, now next is, in 1975, the consumption of water for human use was 3,850 cu kilometer per year. It soared to more than 6,000 cubic kilometer per year in the year 2000. Okay, so a dripping tap wastes 1200 liters of water in a year. Dripping tap. Okay, dripping tap. Dripping tap. So by the dripping tap, there was wasting of waters. Okay, there was wasting of waters, about 1200 liters of water in a year. Okay, so wasting of water. Okay, to avoid this is extremely important. Okay, now next is, rainwater harvesting is the process of collecting rain water from rooftops and directing it to an appropriate location where it is stored for future use. On an average, one spell of rain for 2 hours is enough to save 8,000 liters of water. So, my dear friends, okay, rainwater harvesting. So, what do you mean by rainwater harvesting? Rainwater harvesting is extremely important process in which you can use or you can store rainwater for the betterment of future use. For the betterment of future use. So for the future use or for the future purpose of utilization of water, you can use uh, rainwater harvesting. Okay, so what do you mean by rainwater harvesting? Suppose it is raining. Okay, it is raining, and meanwhile raining, you can store waters on your roof, or you can say on your top floor. Okay, in some utensil, or you can say in some किसी भी चीज़ में आप स्टोर करके रख सकते हैं. और whenever it is essential for any purpose, you can use that water. So that is called rainwater harvesting. Rainwater harvesting. So rainwater harvesting. So is it clear? Is it clear? Rainwater harvesting is the process of collecting rainwater from rooftops and directing it to an appropriate location where it is stored for future use. On an average, one spell of rain for 2 hours is enough to save 8,000 liters of water. Suppose 2 hours are raining. Okay, 2 hours are raining. So meanwhile 2 hours, you can store almost 8,000 liters water. Okay, so this is important thing which you have to keep in your mind. Next thing is, vultures in the Indian subcontinent were dying of kidney failures. Okay, means vultures are diminishing, or you can say vanishing due to dying of kidney failures. Means due to kidney failures, the vultures are diminishing. Okay, or you can say Okay, um, kidney shortly after scavenging livestock treated with diclofenac, a painkiller that is similar to aspirin or Ib- ibuprofen. Efforts are on ban the drug for livestock use and breed vultures in captivity. Okay, so this is all about vultures. All about vultures. Okay, means vultures are diminishing due to kidney failure. Okay, and due to some scavenging and due to some painkiller drugs, using painkiller drugs. Okay, so similar to aspirin. Okay, and ibuprofen efforts are on the ban. So uh, government should ban on this so that it can be saved. Okay, now next is okay. So biosphere reserve. What do you mean by biosphere reserves? Biosphere reserve. Biosphere reserve. So biosphere reserve may be series of protected areas. Okay, linked through global networks intended to demonstrate the relationship between conservation and development. Okay, so biosphere reserve means some protected area. It means some protected area where some protected area. Biosphere reserve means bio means living things can be protected under this area. So for the motto, or you can say for the purpose of that, so that bio means living things can be protected under this area by from any things means it may be scavenging, it may be some painkiller drugs using. Okay, it may be some other reasons. So by many reasons, some animals or some plants, okay, are uh, destroying are destroying. So from destroying you can protect those bio things, or you can say living things under this area. So under this area you can protect either animals and plants 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 species. Okay, so this is biosphere reserves. Okay, so they are connected through global networks. Okay, intended to demonstrate the relationship between conservation and development. So by the help of you can conserve and focus on development. Okay, next is sites. What do you mean by sites? The convention of international the convention sites, CITES. So what is the full form of CITES? So full form of CITES are Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wildlife, Fauna and Flora. Okay, so this is the full forms of CITES. Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wildlife, Fauna and Flora. Okay, is an international agreement. क्या है? International agreement है between governments. Okay, it aims to ensure that international trade in a specimen of the wild animals and plants does not threaten their survival. Roughly 5,000 species of animals and 28,000 of species of plants are protected. Okay, 5,000 and 28,000. 5,000 and 28,000 plants. ये plants, ये animals. Okay. So under sites you can conserve, 5,000 animals and 28,000 plants species. Okay, plants are protected. Bears, dolphins, cacti, corals, orchids, and aloes are some examples. Okay. So next this is all about second chapters, and next I would like to move third chapters. Okay. So in third chapters there are some keywords which is extremely important. Okay. So the salt in your food and graphite in your pencils are also mineral. So salt and graphite, salts and graphite, salts and graphite which are in the pencil are also minerals, okay. So salts and graphite are also minerals. Okay. Now next is, what do you mean by minerals? Types of mineral. Types of mineral. Types of minerals. So minerals may be metallic and non-metallic. So there is two types of minerals. One is metallic minerals. Second one is non-metallic minerals. Okay. Second one is metallic and first one is minerals. Types of minerals. So minerals are of two types. First is metallic. And second one is non-metallic. Okay. So metallic further can be divided: ferrous, okay, and non-ferrous, okay, and non-metallics. Okay. So these are the classification of minerals. Minerals are of two types. First is metallic minerals, and second one is non-metallic minerals. Okay. Metallic minerals further can be divided: ferrous metallic minerals and non-ferrous metallic minerals. Okay. So these are the classification of minerals. Okay. Now a rock is an aggregate of one or more minerals, but without definite composition of constituent of minerals. Rocks from which minerals are mined are known as ores. So what do you mean by ores? Ores are nothing. Rock is an aggregate of one or more minerals. Okay, but without the definite composition of constituent of minerals. Rocks from which minerals are mined are known as ores. Means rocks from which minerals are mined. Rocks from which minerals are mined, okay, are known as ores. Means ores are nothing but the rocks rocks from which minerals are mined. Okay. जिस रॉक से मिनरल्स को माइन किया जाता है उसी को कहा जाता है ओर्स. Although more than 2800 types of minerals have been identified, okay, only 100 are considered ore minerals. Okay, means रॉक से जो है ना, जिस मिनरल को निकाला जाता है, ठीक है, उसको ही उसी में एक सब टाइप होता है जिसको हम ओर कहते हैं. वैसे तो 2800 टाइप जो है मिनरल्स फाइंड आउट आइडेंटिफाइड किया गया है, लेकिन उस 2800 में से केवल 100 जो है उसको और कंसीडर किया गया है. ठीक है. देखिए टोटल जो रॉक्स है ना, रॉक्स से इससे जो है आपका मिनरल्स निकलता है. ठीक है. और टोटल जो है 2800 मिनरल्स कंसीडर किया गया है. उसमें से ओनली 100 मिनरल्स को जो है आपका ओर्स कंसीडर किया गया है। कितने? ओनली 100 मिनरल्स जो है, 100 minerals can be considered as a ores, as a ores. So we can say ores are minerals which is obtained from or mined from rocks, which are mined from rocks are called ores. Okay, clear है? Okay. So next is extraction of minerals. Extractions of minerals. Extractions of minerals. So what do you mean by extraction of minerals? Extraction means obtaining from something. ओके मतलब किसी चीज से निकालने का जो प्रोसेस होता है उसको एक्सट्रैक्शन कहते हैं। एक्सट्रैक्ट मतलब क्या होता है? किसी चीज से निकालना, ठीक है, किसी चीज से निकालना। अब देखिए एक्सट्रैक्शन ऑफ मिनरल्स, ये एक्सट्रैक्शन ऑफ मिनरल्स, extraction of minerals. So extractions of minerals, okay, this is the process through which minerals can be extracted. Minerals can be extracted. First is mining. Second one is drilling. Second one is drilling, and third one is quarrying. QUARRYING, quarrying. So these are three principal, or you can say these are three phenomena or process through which minerals can be extracted. Minerals can be extracted. That is the mining, drilling and quarrying. ठीक है, क्लियर है? Quarrying. So mining, drilling and quarrying. Okay. So next, mining also can be, okay, first is open cast mining. Open cast mining. Open cast mining. And second one is shaft mining. Shaft mining. So this is the two process of mining: open cast mining and shaft mining. Okay, clear है? Okay. So this is the extraction of minerals. Extraction of minerals. Now next is you can always tell if rocks contains copper because then the rock looks blue in color. So my dear friends, why, if someone asking why rock is blue in color, so what will be your answer? Your answer will be because rocks contains copper, and due to containing copper it looks like blue color. It looks like blue color. Okay. Next is Switzerland. Switzerland has no known minerals deposit in it. Okay, means Switzerland has no known minerals deposit in it. Okay. Now next is a green diamond is the rarest diamond. Okay, the oldest rock in the world are in Western Australia. They date from 4,300 million years ago. Only 300 million years after the Earth was found. Okay, after the Earth was found. Okay, so a green diamond is the rarest diamond. Okay, a green diamond is the rarest diamond. The oldest rocks in the world are in Western Australia. The date from 4,300 million years ago. Only 3,000 million years after the earth was found. Okay, so these are the things. Okay, now next one is sources of energy are those which have been in common use for long time. Okay. Now next is conventional source of energy. So there are some energy which are conventional. Okay, so I am describing here one by one. I am describing over here one by one. Okay, so conventional source of energy. Conventional source of energy. Source of conventional source of energy. So in conventional source of energy, okay, first I would like to advantage while, that is advantage easier to transport tankers, basis of petrochemical industry. Now disadvantage depletion of oxygen due to oil spillage and gas leakage. Depletion of oxygen due to oil spillage and gas leakage. Pollutants are released, caused acid rain. Explorations of new fuels is not easy. Now natural gas advantage easier to transport pipelines. Okay, cleaner than oil and coal, cheaper than oil. Okay. Now next is firewood advantage. Firewood advantage easy access, provide energy to a larger number of people, and disadvantage collection is time consuming, polluting, promoting greenhouse effect. Okay, deforestation also. Now next is coal. So advantage of coal is extensively available, efficient conversion to electricity. Next disadvantage of coal are polluting sources, bulky to transport. Okay. Now next is hydel power. Hydel power means advantage. Hydel power advantage non-polluting, promote irrigation and fishing, and it is also very cheap. Disadvantage of hydel power displacement of local community, inadequate, inundates low-lying regions, expensive to set up. So these are the conventional source of energy. Okay. Now the word petroleum is derived from Latin words. Okay, the word petroleum is derived from Latin word that is petra, which means rock. Oleum means oil. Okay, so petra plus oleum, petroleum, that is a rock. Okay, oil means oil which is obtained from rock is called petroleum. Petroleum. Petra plus oleum. That is, petra means rock and oleum means oil, which means oil obtaining from rock are called petroleum. So this is also minerals. Okay, which is obtained from rock. So petroleum means rock oil. Rock oil. Overall it means rock oil. Rock oil. Okay. Rockwell. Is it clear? Now next is compressed natural gas, CNG. CNG. CNG, compressed natural gas. Okay, is a popular eco-friendly automobile fuel as it causes less pollution than petroleum and diesel. Okay, friendly automobile fuel. Friendly automobile fuel. Friendly automobile fuel. Mobile fuel. Automobile fuel. Friendly automobile fuel, which is obtained from, okay, which are very useful rather than petroleum and some other, okay, because it is friendly automobiles and cause less pollution, cause very less pollution than petroleum and diesel. Okay, so this is important. And now next is hydroelectricity. What do you mean by hydro? So Norway was the first country in the world to develop hydroelectricity. Norway. Which country? Norway. Norway. Hydroelectricity. 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 Okay. Norway hydroelectricity. Okay. So the moving blades then turn generate to produce electricity. Okay, so this is the tidal power. Tidal power means hydro means water. Hydro. This term is also coined from two words, that is hydro plus electricity. Hydro means water. Electricity means energy, type of energy. Okay, means current. So when current is generating from water, so this is called hydroelectricity. Okay, hydroelectricity. Next is the site of the world's first solar and window powered bus shelter is in Scotland. The site of the world's first solar and wind powered bus shelter is in Scotland. Okay, now some non-conventional source of energy. Some non-conventional source of energy are there. Okay, which are also important. Non-conventional source of energy. Non-conventional source of energy. Source of non-conventional source of energy. So non-conventional source of energy are wind. First is wind energy. First is wind energy. Okay, so first is wind energy. So what is the advantage of wind energy? So wind energy is non-polluting. Okay, low cost production of electricity. Okay, one setup. Next is safe and clean. Safe and clean. What is the disadvantage of wind energy? So disadvantage of wind energy are noise pollution. Second is windmills costly to set up. Next one is disturbed radio and TV receptions, and next one is harmful to birds. Okay, now next, solar energy. Which energy? Solar energy. Solar energy. So advantage of solar energy are inexhaustible and non-polluting, and disadvantage of solar energy are expensive, diffuse source, so gets wasted. Okay, now next is tidal energy. Which energy? Tidal energy. Tidal energy. So tidal energy, what is the advantage of tidal energy? Non-polluting, inexhaustible. Now, disadvantage of tidal energy are destroy wildlife habitat and difficult to harness. Difficult to harness. Harness. Okay. Now next is nuclear energy. Nuclear energy. Nuclear energy. So what is the advantage of nuclear energy? So advantage of nuclear energy. So advantage of nuclear energy are emits large amount of energy. Emits large amount of energy, and disadvantage are generates radioactive waste. Okay, एंड एक्सपेंसिव भी होता है. क्या होता है? एक्सपेंसिव भी होता है. नेक्स्ट इज जियोथर्मल बायोगैस एनर्जी. बायोगैस. ओके. नेक्स्ट इज बायोगैस. So what is the advantage of biogas? So advantage of biogas are low cost होता है, easy to operate, and next is makes use of bio waste. Makes use of bio waste. And next one, disadvantage of biogas is cause greenhouse effect. Cause greenhouse effect. Now next is geothermal energy. Geothermal energy. Geothermal energy. Next is geothermal energy. So geothermal energy advantage: clean, eco-friendly, and always available. And always available. So, and disadvantage of geothermal energy are located far away from cities and so costly to transport the electricity. So these are the non-conventional energy. I already dictate you advantage and disadvantage of each and every energy. That is wind energy, solar energy, tidal energy, nuclear energy, biogas energy, thermal, geothermal energy. Okay. So these are the non-conventional source of energy. Okay. Now, the first tidal energy station was built in France. First tidal energy built in first tidal energy. First France. First tidal energy built in France. Tidal energy. Okay. So this is all about third chapter, and let's move to the next chapter, that is fourth chapter. And the name of chapter is agriculture, which is also important. Okay. So the word agriculture is derived from Latin words ager or agri, which means soil, and culture meaning cultivation. Culture means cultivation. Agriculture. Okay. So this is derived from two words, agri plus culture. Agri plus culture. Agri means what? Soil. Agri means soil, and culture means cultivation. Is it clear? So agri plus culture. Agri means soil, and you also can say, okay, AGER. AGER also you can say, or AGRI. Agri plus culture. Agri means soil, okay, and culture means cultivation. Culture means cultivation, okay. So this is literal meaning of agriculture, okay. अब देखिए कल्चर से, ठीक है, मतलब कुछ टर्म्स है जो कल्चर लगा के बनता है। अब देखिए उसका क्या क्या मीनिंग निकलेगा और उसका एग्जैक्ट डेफिनेशन क्या होता है, उन सारी चीज़ को एक एक करके हम डील करते हैं। जैसे देखिए पहला था, देखिए एग्री प्लस कल्चर, ठीक है। शेरी प्लस कल्चर, ठीक है। पीसी प्लस कल्चर, ठीक है। वीटी प्लस कल्चर, ठीक है। एंड हॉर्टी प्लस कल्चर, ठीक है। अब देखिए सब में प्लस कल्चर ऐड कीजिएगा तो ये बन जाता है ना, कल्चर। प्लस कर दीजिए कल्चर, ठीक है। अब देखिए इसका अलग अलग मीनिंग हो जाता है। तो पहला है एग्रीकल्चर, क्या है, पहला हो गया एग्रीकल्चर। अब देखिए एग्रीकल्चर क्या होता है आपको भी पता होगा, ठीक है। एग्रीकल्चर, तो एग्रीकल्चर का मतलब है, ठीक है, द साइंस एंड आर्ट ऑफ कल्टीवेशन ऑन द सॉइल, रेजिंग, ठीक है, क्रॉप्स एंड रिलीजिंग लाइव स्टॉक्स। इट इज ऑल्सो कॉल्ड फार्मिंग, ठीक है। इसका मतलब है कि जो साइंस और आर्ट ऑफ कल्टीवेशन ऑन द सॉइल, सॉइल के ऊपर कुछ भी कल्टीवेट किया जाता है क्रॉप से रिलेटेड, ठीक है ना। और क्रॉप को क्या किया जाता है, ऑब्टेन किया जाता है, ठीक है, या फिर रियरिंग किया जाता है लाइफ स्टॉक को, तो उसको हम एग्रीकल्चर बोल देते हैं। क्या बोल देते हैं, एग्रीकल्चर बोल देते हैं। और उसको हम बोलचाल की भाषा में फार्मिंग भी कहते हैं। क्या कहते हैं, फार्मिंग भी कहते हैं, ठीक है। इसको फार्मिंग भी बोल देते हैं। क्लियर है। तो ये चीज़ हो गया एग्रीकल्चर का मतलब। अब नेक्स्ट टर्म आता है सेरीकल्चर। क्या, सेरीकल्चर। तो सेरीकल्चर हो गया, क्या हो गया, सेरीकल्चर हो गया, ठीक है। सेरीकल्चर। अब देखिए सेरीकल्चर का क्या मीनिंग होता है। तो सेरीकल्चर का मतलब होता है कॉमर्शियल रेयरिंग ऑफ सिल्क वर्म्स, ठीक है, यानी कि कॉमर्स के पर्पज से, बिजनेस के पर्पज से, ठीक है, जब सिल्क को रियर किया जाता है, उत्पाद किया जाता है सिल्क वर्म से, ठीक है, तो उसको हम नाम देते हैं किसके पर्पज से, इनकम के पर्पज से। मैंने पहले बोल दिया कमर्शियल पर्पज होना चाहिए, ठीक है, तो उसको कह देते हैं हम सेरीकल्चर, जिसका मतलब जो कि सप्लीमेंट का काम करता है इनकम का, यानी कि दैट इज द सप्लीमेंट ऑफ इनकम, ठीक है, ऑफ द फार्मर। मतलब अगर कोई एग्रीकल्चर कर रहा है, ठीक है, साथ में सेरीकल्चर कर दे रहा है, तो उसका इनकम का जो है ना सोर्स बन गया। क्या बन गया, सेरीकल्चर में, ठीक है, जो कि सिल्क वर्म्स को जो है वो उत्पाद करके उसको कमर्शियल पर्पस से, मतलब कमर्शियल पर्पस के हिसाब से उसको वो करेगा, ठीक है, बाकी इनकम जनरेट करेगा। नेक्स्ट आता है पीसी कल्चर। कौन सा, पीसी कल्चर। पीसी कल्चर, तो पीसी कल्चर का मतलब होता है ब्रीडिंग ऑफ फिश इन स्पेशली कंस्ट्रक्टेड टैंक्स एंड पॉन्ड्स, यानी कि जो टैंक्स होता है या फिर पॉन्ड्स होता है उसके अंदर जब फिश की ब्रीडिंग करते हैं, ठीक है, फिश की उत्पाद करते हैं, ठीक है, तो उसको हम पीसी कल्चर कह देते हैं। पीसी मतलब फिश होता है, ठीक है, तो इस टाइप से, है ना। तो ये हो गया। नेक्स्ट है विटीकल्चर। क्या है? विटीकल्चर, है ना। नेक्स्ट क्या है? विटीकल्चर। विटीकल्चर, विटीकल्चर का मतलब होता है, ठीक है, कल्टीवेशन ऑफ ग्रेप्स। क्या होता है? विटी मीन्स ग्रेप्स, ठीक है, विटी मीन्स ग्रेप्स और कल्चर मीन्स उसके उत्पाद, ठीक है, यानी कि कल्चर मीन्स कल्टीवेशन। जब हम ग्रेप्स की कल्टीवेशन करेंगे, ठीक है, तो उसको कहेंगे हम कल्टीवेशन ऑफ ग्रेप्स, मतलब विटीकल्चर। नेक्स्ट आता है हॉर्टिकल्चर। कौन सा? हॉर्टिकल्चर। हॉर्टिकल्चर, हॉर्टिकल्चर का मतलब होता है ग्रोइंग वेजिटेबल्स, फ्लावर्स एंड फ्रूट फॉर कमर्शियल यूज। हॉर्टी मीन्स फ्लावर्स, ठीक है, वेजिटेबल्स, फ्रूट्स, ये सब हो गए, ठीक। हॉर्टी मतलब वेजिटेबल्स आ गया, उसमें फ्लावर्स आ गया, फ्रूट्स आ गया, ठीक है। जब इन सब चीज़ों को इन सब चीज़ों को उत्पाद किया जाता है तो उसको कहेंगे हॉर्टिकल्चर। तो इतनी चीज़ क्लियर है, ठीक है, इतनी सारी चीज़ क्लियर है। अगर इतना क्लियर है तो हम आगे बढ़ते हैं, ठीक है, क्योंकि ये कल्चर से रिलेटेड था, एग्रीकल्चर से रिलेटेड ही है सारा, ठीक है, चाहे वो एग्रीकल्चर हो, सेरिकल्चर हो, पीसी कल्चर हो, वेटिकल्चर हो और हॉर्टी कल्चर हो, ठीक है। तो कहीं न कहीं डायरेक्टली और इनडायरेक्टली सबका मकसद होता है ना, इनकम जनरेट करने का, ठीक है। साथ में एक के साथ दूसरा भी आप कर सकते हैं अगर एक से प्रॉब्लम होता है तो, ठीक है। एग्रीकल्चर कर सकते हैं, सेरिकल्चर, पीसी कल्चर। देखिए, एग्री मतलब क्या? सॉइल, ठीक है। सेरी मतलब क्या? सेरी मतलब, ठीक है, यानी कि सिल्क का वो करेंगे, ठीक, उत्पाद करेंगे। पीसी मतलब क्या? फिश। वीटी मतलब ग्रेप्स और हॉर्टी मतलब फ्रूट्स, फ्लावर, ये सब वेजिटेबल से रिलेटेड है, ठीक है। तो इसके अंदर ये हो गया। बाकी कल्चर का तो पता ही है, कल्टीवेशन, किसी चीज़ का उत्पाद, ठीक है। तो जब किसी चीज़ को उत्पाद करेंगे तो और उसके आगे पीछे ये लगा दीजिए, एग्री, सेरी, पीसी, भिट्टी, भट्टी, ठीक है। तो मैं आशा करता हूँ ये चीज़ क्लियर हुआ होगा, ठीक है। चलिए, अब जो है अब देखिए, कुछ एरेबल फार्म्स होता है, ठीक है, उसमें हम क्या क्या करते हैं, ठीक है, उसका क्या क्या सिस्टम होता है, जो फार्म सिस्टम है ना, उस चीज़ को हम देखते हैं, है ना। चलिए, अब इसमें क्या है, जैसे इनपुट डालेंगे, फिर प्रोसेस करेंगे, फिर आउटपुट आएगा, ठीक है। अब देखिए, जो फार्म सिस्टम है ना, फार्म सिस्टम, उसमें यही करेंगे, पहले तो हम इनपुट डालते हैं, फिर प्रोसेस करते हैं, फिर जाके आउटपुट मिलता है, ठीक है। और आउटपुट उसका मकसद कुछ भी हो सकता है ना। हो सकता है लाइव स्टॉक के पर्पज से हो सकता है इनकम जनरेट के पर्पज से हो, या फिर हो सकता है किसी और के पर्पज से हो, ठीक है। तो उन चीज़ों को हम देखते हैं। तो जैसे देखिए, है ना, इनपुट की बात करेंगे, किसकी? इनपुट की बात करेंगे, और फिर बीच में जो प्रोसेस होगा, प्रोसेस, उसकी बात कर लेते हैं, फिर आउटपुट में देखते हैं, आउटपुट में क्या क्या मिलता है, ठीक है। ये चीज़ है। अब देखिए, इनपुट के अंदर जैसे मान लो मशीनरी हो गया, क्या हो गया? मशीनरी हो गया, मशीनरी, ठीक है। फिर है सीड्स डाल देते हैं, ठीक है। मशीनरी का मतलब हो गया, उसको हम प्रोसेस करने के लिए पर्टिकुलर टूल्स का हम यूज़ करते हैं, चाहे वो ट्रैक्टर हो, चाहे वो हल हो, ठीक है, या फिर कुदाल हो, इस टाइप से, फावड़ा टाइप से, ठीक है। सो दोज आर अंडर मशीनरी, ठीक है। नेक्स्ट इज, है ना, वी पुट सीड्स, वी पुट सीड्स एंड केमिकल्स, सीड्स, chemicals for many purpose, chemicals for many purpose, or maybe pesticides, maybe removing weeds, maybe growing crops faster. Okay, so these are the inputs, okay, which we put in the soil or in farming system. Okay, next is process. Process means it may be plowing, okay, it may be sowing, बीज बोते हैं, okay, it may be spraying, it may be spraying. Spraying means removing something which is unwanted, or spraying means spraying something in the crops which may be useful for the crops, okay, which can protect crops, which can grow crops. Okay, so these are the process which we do meanwhile cropping. Okay, meanwhile cropping. Now next is output. So in output you get crops, you get crops. So these are the things, or you can say these are the systems which you have to do meanwhile processing of farming system. Okay, so this is all about farm systems of arable farms. Okay, now next is physical and human farms inputs. Physical and human farms input. So in physical in human farm we can put many inputs. That is, human inputs are storage, labor, machinery and chemicals. So these are the human inputs, and there are some physical inputs also. So in physical outputs you so human inputs and physical inputs. Okay, so in human inputs there may be a storage, okay, labor and machinery, okay, chemicals. So these are the human inputs. Okay, now physical inputs में sunshine, okay, temperature, okay, soil, okay, and slope, rainfall. So these are the physical inputs which we put in the farm systems. Okay, now what do you mean by organic farming? What do you mean by organic farming? Organic farming. So in organic farming, okay, organic farming means farming organic manure and natural pesticides, okay, are used instead of chemicals. No genetic modification is done to increase the yield of the crops. Okay, so organic farming means using natural things. Natural means organic, it may be organic manure and it may be natural pesticides to remove something in the crops, and chemicals can't be used in place of natural pesticides and organic manure. Okay, and one thing, there is no modification is done to increase the yield of the crops. Okay, so this is all about organic farming. Now, types of farming. First is subsistence farming. So, what do you mean by subsistence farming? Type of farming is practiced to meet the needs of the farmer's family. Means subsistence farming means and only fulfill the requirement of families needs. Okay, only requirement fulfill the requirement of families in families needs. Okay, so this is all about subsistence farming. Okay, now next is intensive subsistence agriculture. Okay, the farming cultivates a small plots of land using simple tools and more labors. Climate with large number of days with sunshine and fertile soils permits the growing of more one crop annually on the same plots. This is the main crop. Okay. Now shifting cultivation. Shifting next is primitive subsistence agriculture. Includes shifting cultivation and nomadic herding. Okay. Now next is shifting cultivation. Shifting cultivation is practiced in the thickly forested area of Amazon basin, tropical Africa, parts of southern Asia and northern Asia, India. These are the area of heavy rainfall and quick regeneration of vegetation. Okay, so these are this is all about shifting cultivation. Okay, which is extremely important for practices in thickly forested area of Amazon. Okay, now next is nomadic herding. So what do you mean by nomadic herding? Nomadic herding. Shifting shifting cultivation. Shifting cultivation. Okay, shifting cultivation. So what do you mean by shifting cultivation? ठीक और देखिए shifting cultivation is practiced in forested area of Amazon basin. Okay, shifting cultivation is also known as slash and burn agriculture. Slash and burn agriculture. Burn agriculture. Slash and burn agriculture. Shifting cultivation is slash and burn cultivation or agriculture. So shifting cultivation is named in different names by in different areas. So in shifting cultivation in okay Jhuming northeast area that is called Jhuming cultivation. Jhuming cultivation. Okay, in Mexico milpa. Mexico milpa. Okay, and in Brazil roca. Brazil roca. Okay, and in Malaysia it is called ladang. It is called in ladang. So these names called in these areas. Okay, means Jhuming cultivation in Northeast Asia, and in Mexico it is called milpa, and in Brazil it is called roca, and in Malaysia it is called ladang. Okay, So these are the names. These are the different names of shifting cultivation and named in different area differently. Okay, clear? Now next is maize is also known as corn. Various colorful varieties of maize are found across the world. Now the coffee plant. There are different versions about the discovery of coffee. In about AD 850, Kaldi, an Arab goat herder who was puzzled by the queer antics of his flock, tested the barriers of the evergreen bush on which the goats were feeding. On experiencing a sense of exhilaration, he proclaiming his discovery to the world. To the world. So these are the fact about the coffee plant. Okay. Now next is food security. So first of all, what do you mean by food security? So food security means a type of security in which you have to store some foods for future use. You have to, so that in future there is no problems facing with you facing by you. Okay, so these are the food security. And food security exists when all people at all time have access to sufficient, safe and nutritious food to meet their dietary needs and food preferences for an active and healthy life. Okay, so this is all about food security. And next is, so this is all about agricultural part, which is end. Okay, now I will uh, I will do further. Till now I have to end this video. Okay.